Nintendo announced their My Nintendo Gold Points system for Switch yesterday, and you guys were pretty fired up. So we brought Gabe along for a little discussion about how you all feel about this new era of My Nintendo Points. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and you may not know this about Gabe, but he's a big numbers guy. I've gotten Gabe calculators for his last 3 birthdays because he just uses them so much.
Yeah, I'm all about the numbers.
When you saw 5%, for digital purchases and 1% back for physical purchases, and that you need to spend roughly $1,200 to get a $60 game for digital games and $6,000 for physical games to get a full price digital game back.
Yeah,
your arms were just doing this
and that.
Oh, doing that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, okay.
They were doing all kinds of things, and I instantly ran to GameStop and I bought $6,000 worth of Scribblenauts.
No. So again, just to summarize what's going on here before we get to the comments, you get points for your purchases, and they can be put towards games on the eShop, and they are rewarding you with 5 times the points for digital purchases to incentivize you shopping in their ecosystem. The pushback is that it's not a whole lot. They call them gold points. They don't feel like gold. The other side is, hey, it's they don't owe you anything. It's something. But let's get to your take on this. TC Max says, I think this is awful. They may as well not have it at all.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess like that's the alternative, right? For anyone like complaining about this, pretend it's not around. Ignore it. That's what I'm going to do. That's probably what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the more I think about this, I feel like the anticipation and the wait is what kind of set up for disappointment. But at the end of the day, like them giving you any monies back, like, okay, thanks. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. Like, is it some great program? No, but remember, this is not like Amazon offering you discounts on Prime because you're a subscriber. This is just like the company straight up saying, hey, we'll give you a few cents. And I think at the end of the day, like, that's okay. View it more from the perspective of, hey, you'll get a couple bucks off a purchase rather than like, oh, I'm going to spend all this to get a free purchase, right? Yeah. Like, hey, I bought a lot of games on Switch this year. So, when Pokemon comes out at the end of the year, I can, I get $12 off or something. Like, hey,
look, the percentage of people that are actually going to get like a free game out of this is going to be so minuscule. Like, who's buying?
That is what I want to know.
Who's buying $6,000 worth of stuff physically or $1,200 worth digitally? Like, you have a big gaming budget.
I want to know if anyone or what, like, that's what I'm doing. They have like the Forbes, like 30 under 30 list and stuff like that. I want to have like the Switch free game buyers. I want to know who gets a free game by the end of the year.
Look, if you're buying that much, like,
you don't need the discount.
Yeah, you don't need the discount. All right, we're going to move on, though, to Aeolus. He says, dude, it's free money. And, of course, it's not worth it if you intentionally buy games like crazy just to get a free $60 game. But if you buy, like, 1 or 2 games a month, you'll have a little extra cash to use towards indie and virtual console game in the end. You're assuming virtual console's coming. Yeah, this is, like, the perfect, like, case scenario. Do we need to read more comments?
I think that's basically our take. I think Aeolus kind of, like, summarizes our thoughts here. There's one more comment later on that really kind of gets my goat going. My goat just starts running. Mm-hmm. But first, before we get there, Raging Red says 1 gold point equals 1 cent. No wonder they weren't hyping this up. And that is true. They definitely didn't hype this up.
Yeah, so
there was no promise.
That's why I was confused when you said like the hype of it. Like, I was like, what? There was hype for this? Like, I know they mentioned it, and like, yeah, I'm sure some people were excited, but I don't know if there was hype. Okay.
Next up.
Yeah. Game Boy Color Awesome is what I'm going to read it as. I don't know if that's what they mean. It's better than nothing. At least if I buy 4 whole different $60 games digitally, I'll get a free virtual... Again, everybody assumes virtual console's coming. Virtual console game of the future, or wait, they expire. Yeah, that's the thing.
But buying 4 games is reasonable, right? In a year?
In a year? Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
And so just like out of nowhere, for no good reason, you get like... something, a $12 eShop game free. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world.
A $12 eShop game,
right? You $3 back on each of these $60 digital games,
or at least like a huge like discount on a $15 game. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's for no good reason. I mean, Playstyle comes in with a big thought. This really has impacted some people a lot. He says, or she says, this is awful. A lot of people collect Switch games physical because they like having the cases. Why would Nintendo take away their collecting kind of thing? Ever since I first started playing my DS Lite, I used to collect the boxes because they would have cool art and collectability. On top of that, not everyone had $50, $60 to drop on a micro SD card for their Switch. I didn't have one until like 3 months after I got my Switch. I think that eShop is fine, but people like physical. People like knowing that their games won't be all gone in a snap if their Switch or console or system dies or gets wet or gets a virus. People like the acknowledgement of physical cases being stacked on their wall. Go look at Scott the Woz. He loves having his games all stacked against his bookshelf. The fact is that while most people might use eShop, some people like having cartridges and like having that trust in them. I'm probably repeating myself, but Nintendo needs to at least match their 5% with physical. So many people buy physical, including me. I just don't think this is fair. And I honestly think had they done that, maybe it would be like a no biggie.
Yeah, I was just more concerned with like, how did your system get a virus? Like,
listen, Gabe, in the Wild West of a Nintendo Switch, when you're hanging out with Scott the Woz, who knows what could happen? But I do think it's interesting that some people still feel so strongly about physical. I have very much been swayed by the Switch to become a digital darling. But there are still physical people out there, and it is a bit of a bummer, I guess, that you get a fifth of the points. Like, that does seem unfair. But there's a counter to that coming up, and I'm just gonna find it and read it now.
Okay.
Let's see. Here it is. So, or maybe I don't even have it on here. Anyhow, someone basically said that you get for the extra like $2 or whatever, or $2.20, you get the cartridge and you get the case and you get the art. So like, take your pick. So for the Nintendo's giving you back $3 on a digital game, or they give you back 80 cents or whatever it is, or no, like 60 cents.
Yeah.
So like, what that extra $2.40 goes to is that you get your prize is you get the freaking box and you get the art.
All right, I'm gonna move on, Zach, to Flip
Yeah.
Dude, who says, I kind of like it that they give you 300 coins per physical game, but I don't like the idea that in my whole year I've only earned $6 with the hundreds of dollars I spent on the eShop. I'll use it and not complain because there's no reason why they should give us any money but for buying, but it's not as good as I expected. But I guess some money for games is better than zero money, aka zero games. Yeah.
Now, Flip Dude, it is not 300 per physical game; it's 300 per digital game.
Yeah. You're a little backwards there.
And then it's 60 for the physical game. But yeah, I mean, it's almost like they shouldn't have done this, because it brings like a microscope into something that there shouldn't even be like a microscope on.
Yeah,
like,
why not just like let us buy like cool little physical stuff like posters, like that's
yeah,
like,
or not even that, but
something.
Themes and avatars and like just stuff like that. Like, okay, exclusive avatars or exclusive themes. I mean, any themes. Like, if they did that, no one's complaining at all.
Yeah,
No one has anything bad to say.
For sure.
Grand Noodle Light says, so what you're saying is that Best Buy's Gamers Club is still the best. And I did want to point this out. If you are interested in getting money off your games, go subscribe to this or to Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
that's where you're actually going to save big bucks.
Because you get $60 games for like $45. Like that's what the discounts end up being.
Yeah, I think it's 20% off like pre-order new releases.
Which ends up being around like $45, $46, something like that.
$48, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So that is worth it if you do buy a lot. And Best Buy Gamers Club is also pretty darn good. So yeah, if you want a program to actually invest in to get money back, those are obviously better, but they are paid, specifically designed programs. Nintendo's thing is just kind of throwing you a bone.
I'm going to throw Charles C. a bone here and read his comment. It says, it's just a way to save a couple of bucks. I was never expecting a free $60 game. Besides, cheaters ruined it for everyone back during the Nintendo Club days. The Club Nintendo days, excuse me. People would go to the GameStop and buy and return games to use the code and collect points to redeem swag easily. This helps ensure someone doesn't just buy and return dozens of games to back up massive points to scam the system. 5% sucks though. Back during the Wii U launch, there wasn't a digital promo for anyone who bought a black console to earn 10% back on all eShop purchases. He's asking.
Yeah, I guess cheaters never
prosper, except they did prosper.
They did prosper and they ruined it for everyone. Yeah. No, but again, I don't know. I think, to me, honestly, like, I wish that they would go back to like exclusive swag or exclusive themes. I think that was more exciting. I don't know that it's ever worth going to GameStop and running this like racket to get the points. But yeah, I wish they just go back to that, yo. Like I don't like wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Um all right. Let's see, my friends. This next comment comes in from Robert Bear, who says, get $3 back. Oh, this is the comment. Get $3 back for a $60 digital eShop title, or get a physical game and case for the same price. I'll take the game and case I can hold in my hand. That's worth way more than $3 off to me. I was so excited, found out after a year if my Nintendo would hold a candle at Club Nintendo. Well, it doesn't. I'm still happy we get something at least, I guess. Still very disappointing. Hey, if it's the worst thing Nintendo has done since the Switch came out, I guess it's been a pretty darn good year to be a Nintendo fan. That is a good point. If this is the most egregious thing they do, the worst thing that they accomplish, we're doing good.
Yeah. Good sentiment there. Crazy Boy Studio says, okay, the points expiring is stupid. Other than that, I wouldn't complain. Think of it this way. If a new $60 game comes out, for every 1 million people that buy the game digitally, that's 3 million in-game revenue Nintendo is just giving away. Add everything together, they'd just be selling, and that's a ton of money they'd just be giving away. And some of you guys think it should be more jeebers.
That's a really interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, no. You can't just give away, like, not give away, but just, like, lose all that money.
So for a game like Super Mario Odyssey, that's, got to be at 10 million copies by now, right? That means that they are giving out $30 million.
Nah, they cool, man.
No, but they are.
No, yeah.
They're giving you back $3.
Wait. No, if they bought digitally.
Yes. So if all 10 million copies, yeah. If they were all.
Which they're not. They're not all digital.
Not. Okay. So let's say that even 3 million of them are, or 2 million, or 1 million. Yeah, that's. When you put it in that perspective, it does make Nintendo seem a little bit more Santa-like. They're basically just sprinkling coins on you. And again, I think at the end of the day, they don't have to do anything. The part that sucks is we're used to this Club Nintendo thing, where it's more about getting cool exclusive stuff, and now they transitioned it to money, which inevitably is always going to be less and less impressive than when it's like a plushie or a pack of cards or a calendar.
See, but even if it was stuff like that, like how much does it take to manufacture like all that stuff? Like they're spending money regardless.
Why not spend very little money and make themes and avatars and make us very happy? It's a win-win for everyone. There's no real big amounts of money being spent. There's no real disappointment. That's what we want. And maybe they'll add that one day. Maybe it's part of the September online Palooza. In the meantime, it's kind of just a home program to give you some free bucks, and it's hard to complain about free bucks. If you're interested in something bigger and better, Best Buy Gamers Club, Amazon Prime, those are good places to look. Thank you so much for commenting. Man, I was excited, though, to see that people had a lot to say about this.
Yeah, almost like, 900 comments.
Yeah.
Some serious discussion going on. And, I mean, I can see both sides here. I never really gave my, opinion, in depth. But, yeah, I'm honestly just going to pretend like this doesn't exist so it doesn't, affect me. I don't feel angry about it. Is it as cool as it could be? No. But even if you, double it, right? That's so much money that Nintendo is, given away for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, saying you're going to give back 10% of the purchase. Whew.
Yeah.
When you think of it just that way, I think final point, giving you back 5% kickback on digital purchase.
I will say this. They have to do away with the 1 year thing. They have to.
Yeah, that's where I think things get screwy. But Gabe, that's only if you're using it to try and amass a full free title. If you're using it as a discount, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right?
I suppose. Yeah.
If you use it more that way, I bought Kirby Star Allies, so I get $3 off when I go and get Hollow Knight, and then I get 80 cents from Hollow Knight, and I'll use that when I go get Mario Tennis Aces. But then I get back $3 more. So I don't know. It is interesting to see them trying to funnel people into the digital future. Do you think there's ever an all digital Switch? I guess it really doesn't serve any purpose.
No, none.
If that was from the get go, but at this point, yeah, it's already in existence. All right, thank you guys and girls so much for talking all about this. We hope that these different opinions brought some more clarity and some more insight to the My Nintendo Gold Points fiasco 2018. We love you. Hopefully Nintendo does add themes, avatars, stuff like that. But even if they don't, It's some free dollars. We've said it enough. So we will say sayonara now. Until next time, thanks so much for watching today. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.